Good morning, students. In continuation with the exercises that we are doing in the last class, again today we are going to look at some exercises from your guided English textbook. Today it is from page number 54 about present participle. We studied already what is present participle, isn't it? The ing form of an action word is what is called present participle when it is used in all the continuous tenses and sometimes to join certain ideas or sentences together. Okay, let's look at what is said about it in the textbook. The shouting voice. In the above phrase, it is clear that shouting is an adjective telling us more about the noun voice. Shouting voice. Okay, what kind of voice or what type of voice are they shouting? So we get an extra information, additional information about the noun, so it works like an adjective. This is still true when we change the word order. When we change the position of words in the sentences, it is still true. He listened to the boys shouting. He listened to the boys shouting. But although shouting is an adjective, it is formed from a verb to shout. Okay, that's what I told you in the beginning, ing form of an action word. And it is like a verb in some ways. Sometimes when you look at it, it looks like a verb. For instance, it can take an object even while it is doing the work of an adjective. Sometimes, even when it is acting as an adjective in a sentence, it can take an object. He listened to the boys shouting encouragement. He is listening to the boys shouting encouragement. Okay, come on, go ahead, you are doing well. When we shout that, we are encouraging somebody who is doing something. Again, like a verb, it can be notified by adverb phrase also. But though shouting is an adjective, it is formed from a verb to shout. Okay, and again, like a verb, it can be modified by adverb phrase. He listened to the boys shouting encouragement to the two teams on the football field. Okay, words like shouting are known as present participle. Okay, we have got two participles, present participle and past participle. Past participle we use in perfect tenses, present perfect, past perfect and future perfect, and also in a passive voice, or verbal adjectives, and the phrases that they begin are called participle phrases. Okay, complete these sentences by adding a present participle. Okay, he heard that's an example given here. They watched the children playing. So playing is a present participle. Now he heard some girls shouting, talking, or murmuring, whispering, all could be used. Next, look at that man standing. Last night I heard my dog barking. I can smell something burning. The doctor could feel the man's heart beating. Now complete these sentences by adding first a present participle and then a noun. Like an example, we saw some boys throwing stones. I once saw a cat jumping over a wall or sitting on a wall. Fine. We found the headmaster addressing the students. Have you ever seen them reaching on time? Somewhere they could hear a woodman cutting trees. She listened to her mother telling stories. Now, a participle phrase is also placed at the beginning of a sentence. What is a participle phrase? A phrase in which a participle is there. Okay. See, we saw it here. Words like shouting are known as present participle or a verbal adjective, and the phrases that they begin are called participle phrases. So participle phrases are often placed at the beginning of the sentences also. Carrying the books in both hands, he walked along the corridor. Carrying the books in like this, in both the hands or like this, he walked along the corridor. It is important to remember that a participle phrase in this position is still doing the work of an adjective and still qualifies the noun that follows it. In this case, the noun is he. Okay, that is in that example where it is said, carrying the books in both the hands, he walked along the road. So he is the subject. Next, complete the sentences. Be sure that the noun qualified by the participle phrase is placed immediately after it. Example, lying on the grass, the boy gazed at the sky. Running along the path, the child looked behind. Floating in the river, the boy was trying to floating in the river, the boy struggled to save himself. Whistling gaily, children tried to make noise. Hearing a sudden noise, my mother turned back. Laughing heartily, the friends enjoyed the moment. Knowing the answer, he stood up. Wanting to attract his attention, he tried to make some noise. Holding on to a branch, he was trying to save himself from falling. Using all his strength, he tried to pull her out. A construction that is sometimes useful in is having with the past participle. Using having with the past participle. Example, having finished the work, they went home. When he had heard the news, he told the others. When he had heard the news, he told the others. Having heard the news, he told the others. Okay? So like that. When they had finished the work, they went home. This is the meaning of having finished the work, they went home. Now, let's look at a few more exercises. Replace the words in italics with the having. When they had seen all that there was to see, the crowd went away. Having seen all that there was to see, the crowd went away. When I had read the book, I returned it to the library. Having read the book, I returned it to the library. After they had waited for an hour, the party decided to set out without further delay. Having waited for an hour, the party decided to set out without any further delay. Okay, that's all, my dear students, for today. The rest we'll see in the next class. Thank you.